Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Outside the Box, No Filter Football, where we talk about footy without sugarcoating anything. On today's episode, we're going to discuss the recap of the Champions League matches that occurred today and yesterday. We're also going to be talking about how our predictions went correct and also terribly wrong. I am your host, Ray, and I am welcomed by my co host, Jay. Jay, how we feeling?
Feeling great, just like always, feeling phenomenal. We've had two great days filled with Champions League moments, both good and bad for everybody. And today's Wednesday. We're gonna do a recap on the Barcelona and the PSG Liverpool game,
Yep.
and I think they both represent both spectrums of what could go good and could go bad for football clubs because PSG completely dominated. They won 2-0.
Yep.
Barcelona completely dominated. They lost 2-0. It's just what happens in football. You know, you never know what to expect. Sometimes the team that dominates ends up losing, and this is exactly what happened today.
Yeah, football can be cruel. And one of those things that we witnessed today was Barcelona outclassed Atletico de Madrid. They played very good footy, but at the end, they did not get awarded for those results. And they lost 2-0 to Atletico de Madrid. I think I wouldn't say a fair result just because Barcelona did play very well. They played very, very well. And it's unfortunate that they go out with a 2-0 loss. That is because they got a red card at the end of the first half. And what resulted from that foul was Julian Alvarez scoring a phenomenal free kick. What'd you think about that free kick?
Oh, the goal, Julian Alvarez masterclass free kick, and it was from a I think it was a deserved red card. A
Yeah.
lousy foul. You don't do those type of fouls, especially in right before halftime. You typically do those fouls when you're winning 1-0. Minute 80, the other team has a goal scoring opportunity. You sacrifice a red card to prevent
Yes.
a goal, right?
Absolutely.
Kubarsi did it right before halftime. It was borderline. It was technically a red card, for sure, a red card. A little bit less contact or a little bit less, he could have it could have been a yellow. You know what I mean?
It's
If he
difficult
was
to
conscious
argue
enough.
the red card when he was last man. And if he wouldn't have fouled him, it's a 1v1 against the goalkeeper. Like he was almost inside the box. It was like the foul was barely outside the box. Doesn't foul him, it's a 1v1 situation. So at that point, as a defender in the Champions League at a top club like Barcelona, you don't do that type of foul, you know? And like Barcelona, even in the second half, without having an extra player, they were 10v11. They didn't show that, you know? Like they controlled the midfield, the tempo, everything, the distribution, the way they were playing. They played phenomenal footy. Lamine Yamal, I don't like to say it, but he had a phenomenal game and he was playing out of this world, you know? Like he had moments where it was Messi-esque. He was just playing great, great, great footy. Like, I mean, it's hard to argue that the kid is one of the best wingers in the world, you know? One of the best players, like top 5 for sure. But he was playing out of this world. But at the end of the day, you can't do it on your own. And having a man down, yeah, those odds are going to hurt you. Before this game, Polymarket had Barcelona winning at 75%. You and I discussed last episode that I don't think those odds were giving actual bias, favoritism towards Atletico Madrid. Like they were just being too cruel, in my opinion. Like I know that Atletico Madrid actually plays great football sometimes. They have the offensive
Mm-hmm.
capabilities to score goals, and they showed it today. I mean, Sorloth scored, Julian Alvarez with that beautiful free kick, and they won 2-0. So like every Barcelona fan was like, "Oh, we're gonna win this tie. We're gonna win everything." And like it's not over, but they played great. They played great,
Yep,
and they
I
won
agree.
this first leg.
I agree. I totally agree. Again, that lousy foul by Kubarsi. Maybe some will hate, but it's not La Liga refs no more. All right, this is Champions League refs. This is
Yep.
they're not lenient. No, they're fair, but I'm
They're
talking about La
fair.
Liga refs. The La Liga refs are, we all know they're pretty Barcelona biased,
Oh,
and you can
100%.
see by the amount of flops they've had. Lamine Yamal, he's had his dribbles. I think he was the player that had the most successful dribbles, that had the most recoveries, that had the most opportunities created. But some of those opportunities, some of those, he you could tell he was flopping. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like some of
And
those chances he would normally get when he was flopping in La Liga, they'd call those fouls,
they
100%.
call those rolls. Yep. And you
And
see it. I
Barcelona got
mean,
a crash
this.
course that Champions League refs get up, play,
Yep.
play the game.
And we expected yellow cards. This is like a La Liga, almost like a La Liga derby, right?
Yeah,
And it was gonna be very physical, personal, physically, because these players know each other.
yeah,
They just played Saturday,
exactly.
and very physical. A lot of yellow cards. I was expecting a red card, but I was not expecting a red card that early in the game. That was
Yeah,
surprising. That was definitely a game shifter, especially Julian Alvarez taking advantage of the opportunity and scoring a banger, world class banger right before halftime. I
yep,
think that totally shifted the game. Oh, so I thought, because the second half, Barcelona played like they were not like they were not down a man. Atletico played like normal. They weren't being very offensively. They weren't taking advantage of the fact that they were one man up. They were letting Barcelona create its own opportunities. I think
yeah.
Barcelona could have it. They could have easily tied.
I agree. I agree. I think that Atletico de Madrid had the opportunity to just close the actual series out, but instead
Hmm.
they chose to defend, let Barcelona play footy. And I mean, they ended up with 2-0, which is a good lead. They go back to Atletico Madrid Stadium next week. I think Barcelona are not out because they definitely have the capabilities of turning this around. Like, even in the Copa del Rey, Atletico Madrid lost 3-0. They won 4-0 first leg, but clearly, second leg, they won 3-0. And so it goes to show that, I mean, Barcelona isn't out. It's going to be very, very difficult for sure, because trying to score 3 goals without conceding against this Atletico Madrid squad is going to be very difficult, because Atletico Madrid knows Barca plays that high line. Atletico could go on the counter and then score that 1 goal, which would make Barcelona needing to score 4 goals instead of 3. So like it's gonna be a difficult task for them. Do you think they can do it?
I I expect Atletico Madrid to play exactly how they played the second half.
Yeah,
Back,
yeah,
they're gonna be playing defensively, and that's just Simeone's style of play ever since he took over. Very defensively, and you could tell even when they were one man up, they were still very defensive minded. So I expect second leg, especially at home, he's gonna want to secure the bag by playing defensively, playing the counter attack. Um, but I always say that's gonna bite them later on, because Barcelona, if they take advantage of their opportunities, they could, and we've seen that in the Copa del Rey.
oh yeah,
Atletico was up 4-0. Second leg, Barca scored 3-0, 3-0.
yeah.
So
Okay, I
it could either go either way.
I think second leg Barcelona wins 2-1, but that would still put Atletico Madrid aggregate wise 3-2. I think Barcelona.
You think Atletico advance?
Yes, I think at this point Atletico have a very strong case to advance, especially the 2-0 lead, and they're going to play very defensive, and so it's going to be very difficult for Barcelona to try to score 3 goals past them without conceding one. So I have Atletico Madrid advancing from the both of them next leg.
I I want them to advance. I want to see chaos. I want Atletico to advance, and it will probably mean Atletico against Arsenal. in the semifinals.
Yeah, yeah, there's a strong possibility of that one. All right, we're gonna move on to the next game, which was PSG versus Liverpool, which took place at PSG. What is it, Parc de France?
At Pocket the Prince. At the
Yes, Parc
Pocket the
de
Prince.
France.
Yeah,
And
this is the other side of the spectrum.
go ahead,
This is
go
the other
ahead,
side of
go
the
ahead.
spectrum where PSG completely dominated both defensively and offensively. It could have been 4-0 minimum, right?
Absolutely,
Could have been
absolutely.
4-0. Uh, let's see,
That probably
because
should
Dooley
have been the
missed a
score
couple
line.
chances. Yeah, they should have been because they missed a couple. Dooley
That
missed.
Nu-
Dembele had
Nu-
missed.
Nuno Mensch miss, and then yeah, Dembele miss. Like it was like Dembele miss hit it. Like I just want to talk about first of all, like Arnslaw is on fire right now because they have been performing very poorly in the Premier League and even in the Champions. Like they got to the next stage, good, but like they didn't. It wasn't pretty. And they come to this game, and you're expecting, all right, like at least like man up. Let's play some footy. He comes in, and you're telling me that the coach is like, I know what PSG can do, so let's play five in the back. Like you're already admitting that they have the upper hand. Like psychologically, even PSG is like, okay, like they're scared of us. They brought that fear into them, and Liverpool showed it. Liverpool showed that they weren't manning up to play that game off the bat. Before the whistle even blew, they admitted, all right, we're playing to like not concede, essentially.
Hmm?
Your thoughts?
Yeah, because they play with 5 defenders, but in the game, especially in the first half, you can see that they're defending with 10 guys on the back,
Yeah.
and I don't
God
understand.
damn.
On the slots, I don't understand how they try to counter. When they try to counter,
No one's going
it
forward.
was just it was just basically a critique against four
Yeah.
defenders,
Yeah.
and so that ends up biting them more because it just first of all PSG they already have the high pressure, and we play all the way in the back. You're forced yourself to only play. You cannot get out of your own half. Uh, Ultimately, PSG scored. I did see I did see more offensive of Liverpool in the second half. I did see them um more high
Attacking?
pressured. But even
Yeah.
then, no, it's just PSG. PSG is just a different animal. Nuno Mendes was he was intercepting. Vitinha was intercepting. There were you had Kvaratskhelia. You could you could see his technical capabilities.
K Maradona.
His K Maradona, aka K Maradona, he completely flared the defense. The goalkeeper scored an easy goal. And then who missed that who was it that missed that
Nuno Mensch
right after
miss.
he scored? Was it Nuno Mendes?
Yeah, Nuno Mensch is the one that
Where
tried
he
to do the
actually
same
hit that
thing.
second?
Yeah, he
Uh
tried
huh.
to do the same thing Gabe Arskela did, and like that second touch just got the ball a little too far away from him, or it would have been a third goal easily. And that's the thing I
Mm-hmm.
want to talk about. It's like the Barcelona game was high attacking. Barcelona outclassed them, lost 0-2. Today, PSG outclassed Liverpool in every single form. Like that midfield controlled everything. The tempo, they had 74% possession compared to Liverpool's 26%. Like that just shows you, like the difference in ability from both sides and just the mindset. Like the mindset for PSG was, we're gonna go in, we're gonna destroy them, and they did. They absolutely did. Like
Mm-hmm.
just opportunities they had. Dembele, I mean, those class players. I mean, Joao Neves, he had an assist. Vitinha was controlling the midfield, the tempo, everything. Dembele up front, Kvaratskhelia on the left, Doué on the right. Doué got a goal, and it just shows that like Liverpool right now are not the team they used to be, but it also shows that PSG can genuinely go back to back. And right now, the way they are playing, I think it's the scariest team in the Champions League. That's the team to beat, and if not, that team's gonna win the entire thing.
And this is I think this highlights how a defending champion should look like.
Oh,
You have a
100%.
defending champion of Premier League, Liverpool, going against Champions League defending Paris Saint Germain. Paris Saint Germain looking like what a defending champion should look like.
Yeah.
Liverpool does not look like the defending Premier League champion,
No,
especially when you cash out on 400, 500 million for reinforcements.
in the summer.
We're in the summer after they win the Premier League. Where are they? Words. This is the game where he should have demonstrated that he was worth 150 million. These are the moments. These are the
Yeah.
games they got
This is
him
what they
for.
pay you for.
Rating 6.7 this game. What did he do?
He had one great
Nothing.
pass. Just one. One in the entire game. He had one great pass. But it just goes to show, I mean, like, the games are in Paramount. I was watching Titi. Titi said, like, this team right now, PSG, is performing how, like, prime Barcelona was performing under Guardiola, which I agree. Like, just the way they're playing the flow, they're playing the tactics, like, everything. Like, they're just playing the game as how it should be. Like, we're not relying on the dark arts of flopping. We're not relying on, oh, I got a foul here, I got a foul there. Like, no. They're playing footy. Like, they're countering, they're doing everything, controlling the midfield. Like, this team is exceptional. This team is scary. This team can definitely just win it again. I think this is the team that you're gonna look at and you're gonna be like, damn, why do I have to play them? Like that's the way they're playing instills fear into every other team, just how like that prime Barcelona team did. Like, that's realistic right there. Like, whenever you showed up and played that team, you were already scared. You're like, damn, why do I have to play this team? Like, so like these players are already dreading it. Van Dijk, his career is over, to be honest. Like, he's not the defender he is anymore. He's washed. Like, he looks lost. He doesn't have the pace. He doesn't have anything. He can't defend at all. And you're expecting this Liverpool team to like win the Champions, win the Premier League. Like, no, like some of these players need to be replaced. He had a great season. He had a great career. And same with like Salah. Salah has had a phenomenal career with Liverpool. He didn't even play this game. Not a single minute. Didn't get subbed in. Nothing. Like, they were just like, they're already discarding him because he's out of the season.
I think I saw him warm up right before halftime, but he'd not go in when they made a 4 sub change minute 80
70th, and they still didn't put them in.
70. And yeah, and the cameraman, he was a little bold. He's showing
showing
zooming
Salah
in on his face. You could tell the disappointment in his face.
Yeah,
And one of the defensive reinforcements was Frimpong, and he got
he
cooked
started.
by he started. Nunes Mendes, Kvaratskhelia, Zaire Emery they were all on that side. They couldn't get
No
out
chance.
other
No
own
chance.
half.
Yeah.
No chance.
I got the second leg. PSG's up 2-0. I think they win 3-1 at Anfield. So I think aggregate would be 5-1. Yeah. And I'm being like conservative because
I mean, if you're Orange Slot, what's your game plan at Anfield at home, losing 2-0?
Attack.
Knowing him, he's defensive.
4-3-3. You're gonna put Kirkis left back, Van Dijk. You'll put Konate, and then in the midfield you'll put Soboslai, McAllister, Gravenberch, and then you have to actually play Ekitike, Wards, and Salah. Like, it doesn't matter. Salah hasn't had a great season. It's a game where you're losing 2-0. Like, they had that remontada against Barcelona where they came back and won it. What was it? They were down 3-0 and won 4-3, something like that. Like, you have to believe. Honestly, you just have to believe, and you have to play an attacking formation. It's not going to work if you're playing 5 in the back. Like, yeah, you're not going to have any single player going up front except Ekitike. And they have Isak back. Isak, okay, could be a difference maker. He's coming back from injury, so he's not going to start the entire game. But if you have, like, you tell Ekitike, hey, do as much as you can for as long as you can. Keep running, do the runs forward, like attack. Like, legitimately just attack, and we'll still be out, like, minute 60.
Yeah.
And then you put Isak, which was 150 million, 130 million, something like that. Like, a player of that caliber might make the difference. But if you go into that game trying to defend or trying to rely on counters, you're just gonna get slaughtered. And
Yes.
PSG does not have any
Forgive.
remorse. Yeah, they don't have any forgiveness. They're gonna cook you, and they're gonna cook you good.
Yeah.
All right,
So
let's go on to the games yesterday. Let's talk about Sporting versus Arsenal, which ended in a 1-0 in favor of Arsenal. Talk about it.
Of the Spartan Arsenal.
Yeah,
Hold on. I think may have to pause this podcast.
they won 1-0 where Kai Havertz scored in the 91st minute. So it's like it was a game where Arsenal could not score. They couldn't play the game. Like, I mean, you expect Arsenal to, with the players that they do have first in the Premier League, to actually go in and just, I mean, no disrespect to Sporting, but like you expect Arsenal to just go in and win it. I disagreed with that, and I even said during the last podcast that Sporting have a much better chance at winning than people are giving them credit for. And they did play. They went out and played. They had crossbar shots. Like they were close, but Arsenal came out with it. They came out with it at the end, literally at the end. And I don't know if that is a huge positive for Arsenal because it took them over 90 minutes to score a single goal, and it's 1-0. So Sporting isn't out of it. Second leg, they have a great opportunity to come back and win it. Arsenal doesn't concede a lot at home, which is great for them, and it's great for like the tie itself. But Sporting is going to go in attacking minded, because they know they need at least 2 goals to win, or unless they just score 1 and make it go to penalties. What are your thoughts on the game?
I think it was I think they were very unlucky. Havertz, especially out of all the players, it was Havertz that scored. You would not expect he would be the least man
Likely.
you expect scoring.
Yeah.
I think they're very lucky. I think if you're an Arsenal fan, I think you're relieved. You're not 100% confident, but going in at them rates, you're a little bit more confident now.
Yes, absolutely.
I could see Arsenal. I think I personally see Arsenal moving on to semifinals. I think Arteta, especially Arteta, he's gonna be I think he would be a little bit defensive minded at first. I expect him after 15 minutes, 20 minutes to be more offensive and taking control. I see Arsenal. I see Arsenal going on to semifinals.
I agree with that. I initially had Sporting having a great chance at advancing, but losing at home 1-0, if they would have won 1-0, great chance. But the fact that Arsenal are ahead 1-0 and they're going back to Arsenal, I don't like the odds of Sporting. Like, I really don't. I think Arsenal edge it out with a 1-1. And so aggregate
1-1.
It'd be in favor of Arsenal 2-1. Yeah, I think Sporting will score, but I think Arsenal defensively, they actually are a wall, which is incredible. I just don't see Sporting winning it at Arsenal.
I think Arsenal win 2-1.
2-1?
Yeah, 2-1.
Okay, I can see that. All right, so for the last fixture that we're going to speak about is Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich, which did not go as I had predicted it. It went the other way. I had Real Madrid winning 2-1, Bayern won 2-1. But there's a lot to discuss about this one. What are your thoughts on this game?
I think both sides had their opportunities. I think Bayern was a better team. Both offensively, defensively.
Defensively.
Yeah, I think you could tell Real Madrid played the counter in the first half, which they are really good at. I think out of all the teams, being in the counter, Real Madrid has to be the most dangerous, because Vinicius, he gets a ball. If you give him, you put him in space, he will either take a shot on target, or he would provoke a foul. That's what we get from Vinicius.
Yes.
Mbappe creates opportunities. And you had Bellingham. Once he subbed in, it was more Real Madrid. Real Madrid had like 4 opportunities right after Bellingham got subbed in. I think the game's not over. Real Madrid is Real Madrid. Um, it's gonna be very tough for Real Madrid to advance. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they won't, but Bayern will have to finish off strong in order for them to advance. They'll have to demonstrate they are the
Yeah.
team.
The
They
next
are the
game will be
superior team.
taking place at Bayern, and Real Madrid lost 2-1. But I mean, the opportunities that they had, like the actual chances when they had in front of goal,
Mhm.
and Neuer just was insane. He was like Goku Ultra Instinct. He was blocking every single shot. Even
Man of the match.
Schmeichel even said it after the game. He was like, some of the saves he had, he's all like, some of those saves were like season defining moments. Like, he was just incredible, and he really was. Like, Mbappe had great opportunities. Vinicius Jr. had great opportunities. The way both of them almost scored bangers, but Neuer saved them all.
Mhm.
And it's like, I mean, this is what we've had with Courtois. With Courtois, like, he has saved us time and time again. And now we're
Mhm.
on the other receiving, like we're on the receiving end where it's like, oh, this is what it's like to have a keeper that saves everything.
Yep.
I think the tie isn't done. You can never count out Real Madrid. They had great
Yeah.
opportunities in the first leg, and second leg, they're going to be attacking even more. I don't think they're going to rely on counters as much because they're down 1 goal. Like, Bayern's still going to play their footy. Bayern's a great,
Yeah.
phenomenal team. They have great players. Luis Diaz, arguably the best left wing in the world. Olise, arguably the best right winger in the world. Harry
Mhm.
Kane, the best striker in the world. Like, Mbappe might be
They have it
second,
all.
but what's up?
They have it all. Where you expect. They have it all. What you expect from a top club. For
Yeah,
a
yeah. I
Champions
mean,
League
they have like
club.
3 of the best forwards in the entire planet. Like, and their midfield, nothing to laugh about. So, like, it's going to be a tough battle, but they're only down 1 goal. I think Real Madrid. I'll be biased on this one. I think they can do it. We've seen it happen time and time again. We've seen it when they're down 3-0 and they come back. So
Yeah.
now they're
Real
only
Madrid is Real
down
Madrid.
1 goal. They're only down 1 goal. Like, this is still a fixture they could easily win. I wouldn't say easily, but this is a fixture that they could come from. Like, just down 1 goal, 2-1. You're going to
Mhm.
Bayern. You've beat them at Bayern. You beat them 2 years ago, where Vinny scored a brace with that Tony Cruz pass. Woo!
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna count them out. I think Real Madrid, if anything, I could see it going 2-1 and it goes to penalties. I
Okay.
can't I can't comfortably
That'd be interesting.
say I can't comfortably say that they're gonna win 3-1. Like, I can't comfortably say they're gonna score 3 goals past Bayern in their stadium. I can say 2-1. 2-1 actually sounds more reasonable, and they'll go to penalties or at least extra time, and then whoever wins it from there wins it.
Yeah. No, I want Bayern advancing. I want to see a
Oh, I
Bayern
know you do.
PSG in a semifinal game. That's what I want to see.
Oh,
That's what
Bayern
I hope
versus
to
PSG in
see.
the semifinal.
But I know Real Madrid's a different animal in the Champions League. They
Yep.
always seem to come back. They always seem to have that DNA that they just need one spark in the game. That everything could be going against their way, but just one spark is all it takes for them
Inject
to
it.
come back. Yep, that's
Inject
all it
it.
takes. So it'll be very interesting that second game. We hope to see it, and you will hear from us
Yep. Yep.
of that game.
Yeah. So these were the Champions League fixtures that happened today and yesterday. And for the next episode, it'll be a discussion maybe of the top 5 leagues before they play this weekend. There's some important matches: Man City versus Chelsea, Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Like, games that will decide the title at the end of the season. We might be discussing that, or we might just be predicting the second leg again. But I feel like we'll be discussing the top 5 European teams, and we might do that either Friday or Monday. No time given yet, but thank you for listening to us. This is Ray
Thank.
and
This is
Jay.
Jay.
All right, see you guys next time.
See you guys next time. Thank you guys.